Now they are one of the animals that will also be dependent on the giraffe and even rhinoceros to help flush out insects for them to have a hearty meal, because they too are going to be dependent on those keystone species. As we keep moving along, you can see laying down in an alert circle up on the hillside, those are some Thompson's gazelle. Those are the little guys with the black racing stripes. They are one of the #1 food sources for cheetahs. Now cheetahs are sprinters, so they are going to just have a few short energy spurts, where these guys are like little marathon runners, so they can outlast the cheetahs. That's what's going to help them survive. And then last but not least, before we head out, we are going to see a flamboyance of flamingos to the right there. Now look how light and white they are in coloration. You may notice they're missing some pink. These are the greater flamingos, a flamboyance of greater flamingos. And they're lighter in coloration so that they can camouflage along the salt marshes in Africa. But more importantly, it's because they can actually help thermoregulate their body temperatures by reflecting the heat from the sun so that they can withstand those very hot temperatures out there. It's pretty awesome. Nice start to our morning today. Now once again, I want to thank you all for coming out here today just by coming through one of our 2 front doors, being the San Diego Zoo Safari Park or our sister entity, the San Diego Zoo. You are here to support our Wildlife Alliance, where we hope to see all life thrive. So to do that, we have 8 different regions or hubs around the world that we're supporting conservation efforts. We're going to talk a little bit about our African Savanna Hub today, as well as our local species within our Southwest Hub. As we continue making our way to South Africa, we're going to be passing another large body of water. And this is just a reminder of some of our marshlands that are around us for our environment. Extremely important for all life to thrive. Of course, we have to have water. But we also not only is going to help this water help support the local species here, but also the wildlife that we have supported here and our migratory birds that come through. At Canada geese, and we had as many of about 500 that were continuing their migration, probably on their way back. Canada geese come as far north as Canada and Alaska. They start out in the end of October, beginning of November, and they will finish up their migration by the end of February. Looks like there's some coots out there. Those are the small little blackbirds with the white bills. They too are migratory birds, but they stay here for quite some time. And then there's a baby out there. You can see him, he's blending in pretty good. That was in South Africa. Now off to the left, you can see the rest of the Ellipsan waterbuck. Oh, and some rhinos right there. Look how easily they blend in with the dirt right there. You guys see them? Aren't they amazing? You can see their faces facing out to us. Those are southern white rhinoceros, and they're best buddies right there. That is going to be Arthur and Mwezi. One of the things we learned about our wildlife, our southern white rhinos, is in order for them to thrive, they have to have at least one best friend with them. They're very social, they're very gregarious, so that's why they have to have at least one buddy with them. Look at those two. They're having a good morning, just kicking it in the nice sunshine, loving it. Now another thing about them, if you guys can all see their faces, I'm trying to move down enough so you can see their faces, because they're so incredible. They have that big long horn, and these are just youngsters. Their horn will get very, very large, can get as large as 5 feet in length. But these animals are critically endangered, like all rhinoceros, because of their horns. It is thought by some cultures that the rhino horn has medicine or medicinal properties in it. But guess what, guys? If you feel your hair and your fingernails, that's all that rhino horn is made up of. So please be sure never to help keep them cooler. It's another way that this animal will thermoregulate its body temperature, because those horns will radiate heat. It's pretty amazing how nature has given them these incredible adaptations to be able to thrive and survive out there. We have another tower of giraffe, and we have an interested giraffe in the sprinklers. I'm wondering, is she going to go a little bit closer? Is she going to walk in it? The Somali's wild ass. These Somali's wild ass are critically endangered with less than 200 left in the world due to the political unrest in Somalia. So we're really excited that we do have two colts that were born. There's one up on the top of the hill, and there's another one down here with his mama by the feeder. He's on the other side. He's kind of blocked a little bit. They have beautiful lavender-like coloration, and then they have white bellies to reflect heat from the sun as well. As you look at them, you may also notice their legs have stripes on them like zebras. And those stripes are going to be their follow me pattern. And that's how their kids are going to be able to find their mamas. Supplies in California, but it is very, very important at this time now for us to support our preserve and to be sure we do all we can to coexist with the wildlife here, so we don't make our own wildlife any more endangered. Important because they too are keystone species. The rhinos can eat the lowest parts of the grass shoots and get all the seeds, and that's going to enable them to spread seed, if you know what I mean, and create additional grasses so that all the animals will still have additional food to eat. Hanging out with them are the zebras. They too are going to be herbivores and grazers. They're going to eat a higher part of the grass. And then just beyond them, we got the wildebeest. You may remember I've been eating a little bit. Also laying down to the left, cool down, and gets passed through the rest of their body to bring down their temperature. We also have some springbok antelope, looking very similar to the Thompson's gazelle, but not even related to them. And then the brown antelope that you see, these are the sable antelope. They have the brown and white stripe markings on their faces for threat masks. As you look at them, they're all female except for one. You guys see the male? He's right up front and center. He's going to be much darker in coloration, almost a dark chocolate brown, while the females are like a caramel color. That's what we call sexual dimorphism, when you can tell the difference between the males and the females. And then on the right, before we head out, check out one of our most successful stories. I'm going to move up here a little bit. You guys can stand up to look at the, we got the scimitar horned oryx directly across from us. You can see those beautiful white oryx, and there's some right up here at the feeder too. I'll move up. He's looking down at us right now. So hang on a minute. I'm going to move up a little bit. See if you guys see the one right at the feeder. He's looking out. You can see that beautiful face on him. These animals were actually extinct from the wild. Extinct, everyone, from the wild in the 80s. Isn't that crazy? We had a breeding program here called the Species Survival Plan. We're back in East Africa. Looks like lots of work is happening out there. Sorry, guys. That's a surprise. Well, if you weren't awake, you should be awake now, right? That's how I wake everybody up before I drop you off. Off to the right, again, you can see, look at that big group of roan antelope. Lots of babies with them right there. Looking really cool. We got a rhino right here, real close to us as well. I just love the rhinos. These are the adult rhinos. They will get to be anywhere between 4,000 to 6,000 pounds. And then those trucks out there are part of our wildlife safaris. If you're interested in them, you can check them out at any of the ticket booths. They have them throughout the day, and they take you right into those habitats for you to see those animals. So